Following is a fair main video. lavitzbass6666 does not own any of the rights to the content in this video except for my voice and my opinion. Please support the official release. Okay, every now and again you watch an anime that you go, God, I could nitpick the fuck out of this show. But then you realise, sure, I could nitpick the crap out of it, but I don't want to because I'm actually having this strange feeling while watching it. I think it's called fun. I remember this feeling. Well, kinda. Haven't felt it in a long time. This is Zatch Bell. Okay, let's start with the intro. The intro was surprisingly good. Short, sweet, to the point. Right at the start, you see 30-second intro of basically a song saying the guy's name is Zatch Bell and he has the power. What else do you need to know? You see, the reason why I like this intro is, one, because it's short, because a lot of the animes these days have 2.5, 3-minute intros, and then they have a bloody big ass block of freaking things, sometimes up to 5 to 10 minutes long, of just recap. It's a problem that Bleach is suffering from immensely right now. But this one, short, sweet, bang to the point. What's more needs to be said. Now let's talk about the plot. The plot is pretty simple. Basically, demon children come from other world, carry book, give book to humans, and then fight other demon children and destroy others' books. It's basically, yeah, it's a good story, very simple, engaging, well, but you know, it's pretty good. There's a lot of rivals and villains within the story that all have their own character arcs and stories and all of this, and this actually, a lot of them actually are pretty good. I enjoyed a lot of the villains and the characters, and to see Zatch Bell's ultimate goal, which is to become a benevolent king of his world, and he only kind of discovers that because he actually has amnesia. So he's actually had to relearn what his world was, why he's fighting, what he has to do, and quite frankly the secrets of his book. Now, as the relationship and friendship and partnership of Zatch Bell and Kyo deepen, he unlocks more spells within it, kind of like a MMO character or a dungeon crawler or D&D or something like that. The more he gets the more they kind of level up together, the quicker he learns spells, which I found was a pretty interesting thing to happen. It just makes sense. It's kind of like putting like dungeon crawler logic into the real world, and I kind of like that idea. Onto the characters now. Well, obviously there's the main character, which is Zatch Bell, who really isn't the main character. The main character is actually a guy called Kyo, and then there's a side character called Susie, a girl that you could probably say blood would be running from your ears the moment she starts talking. God, she's probably one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen in an anime. Not the most annoying character, but she's definitely in the top 10. And I think the other characters kind of know this too, because yeah, they kind of try to ignore her at every other stage. Don't blame them. Okay, on to the main character. Zatch Bell, I find him very annoying as well. He is a very annoying character, but he's actually meant to be annoying and stupid and a pain in the ass, and the feeling to want to choke him to death and then bludgeon him to death again after reviving him somehow just so you can kill him again. I'm pretty sure that's a natural feeling towards this character. He is very, very, very annoying. Then there's the main character, Kyo. I like this character. Well, I liked him at the start. He was an arrogant asshole that basically thinks less of everybody because he thinks they're completely stupid. I kind of sympathize with this guy, seeing all these co-star characters. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't blame him in the least. However, later on in the show, they kind of drop all this kind of asshole kind of behavior from him, and this kind of belittlement towards everybody else that he does, and then he just becomes a brainless, normal, everyman kind of style that's pretty much plagues the standard freaking anime these days. He may be one of the forerunners to it since this is a pretty old show, but Jesus Christ, why would they change such an interesting character and just turn him into a ponce-a-day everyman? I'm not even sure if that's a word, but yeah, he's a ponce now. Now let's talk about some of the villains or rivals that Zatch Bell and Kyo have. I'm just going to state their team names, basically, or what I perceive as their team name. There is Team Crybaby, there is Team Windy Douchebag, there is Team Emobot, and then there's Team Jesus fuck Christ, are they racially insensitive or what? Team Crybaby is basically, well, basically they're always crying all the time. They're complaining, they're crying, oh, they're whinging, non-stop. It's quite annoying, but in a way it does prove some great character development for them. Team Windy Douchebag is just basically a couple of lazy ones. A little guy keeps telling the other one to get his ass in the gear, and the other one's just like, nah, I just want to eat burgers and look at naked chicks. I kind of understand that guy a bit. Then there's Team Emobot. Basically, they're designed just to be a Sasuke group, in a way. Although this guy is, who basically looks like the quintessential emo robot kind of thing, if, you know, they wanted to make some kind of hyper concentrated emo. But the thing is, he doesn't whinge about himself like most emos would. He whinges about the fact that his partner is constantly useless, boring, crap, and quite useless, and annoying, and useless. She's pretty fucking useless. But the thing is, she's always whinging and crying. But the thing is, this gives her quite a bit of good character development, because you actually find out why she is like this. And that is a very good character arc, I reckon. Which is strange, because normally, you know, things happen. But yeah. And it gives her this hinted rivalry with another group or team. And you think, I can't wait to see her take this person on, take this threat on, take this challenge and overcome it. I really like that kind of storyline kind of stuff. Then there's team Jesus Fuck Christ, are they racially insensitive or what? Basically, it's an Italian team and some kind of duck guy. They're extremely annoying. They're extremely racially insensitive, especially to Italians or Greeks. I'm not sure which one he's supposed to be, but either way, he's pretty bloody annoying and racially insensitive. But I found him absolutely hilarious, not for the racial things, but the fact that this guy has one of the most awesome theme songs ever to be put in anime. And the funny thing is, I hated it at first. I hated this damn song. But by the later episodes, I found myself actually singing along with it. And that doesn't happen. That's never happened before, really. Maybe once or twice, but never really. Not in an anime, really. Unless it's been the intro or the outro, which I've really enjoyed. The rest of the time, it's been, yeah, I couldn't give a rat's tit. But yeah, I found out later on that the character, in the later episodes, really comes into a thing. You know, you can start to look past what would you deem offensive and annoying or just batshit insane, and you actually find out that it's basically a facade. He puts it on to either get chicks or just, you know, fuck with the enemy's mind, and that is a good strategy to have. You don't, unless you read into it, you really don't get the insight to that kind of behavior, and it's a smart, very smart strategy. Though it is quite interesting to find out exactly how Japan perceives other races and cultures. Okay, now let's get to the new segment, nitpicks. I know it's misspelt, but I'm sticking with it. This is where I'm going to nitpick the crap out of it. They're going to be personal nitpicks, so you can ignore it if you want, but these are things that just bothered me about the anime. Let's just run through them. Why the hell does Zatch Bell wear a dress? Why did Kyo change his personality overnight like that? Why does Team Windy Douchebag have some of the awesomest powers, but they never really use them? Why does Team Crybaby constantly cry when they've got some of the best powers in the entire thing? Shields, attacks, they got everything they can, and yet they're really underused. Why was Zatch declared a weakling just because he passed out after using his powers in the alternate world, when his powers were so great that his body couldn't hack it, obviously? Why is the theme song at the start so good? Why the hell is Falgani's theme song constantly playing in my mind even after I've finished watching the show? I just can't get it out of my head. It is so freaking catchy. Why does the audio go out of sync every now and again? Why is the voice acting so good, and why is the dubbing so crap? It just doesn't make sense. Why would you put all flowers all over a giant robot that's indestructible and make those flowers the weak points of the entire bloody thing? It's just illogical. Why put weak points on something that has inherently no weak points? Put the flowers on the inside. Fuck. Why can Zatch Bell consume something 3 or 4 times his size in an instant? I know it's kind of anime logic, but it's still illogical even for anime logic. Why is Susie such a fucktard? Why is she so stupid? It is fucking annoying that you can have a character that is inherently so fucking dumb and retarded. Like, literally, her main character trope is the fact that she just paints little faces onto fucking fruit. What is with that? Why did they go into a tentacle friggin' scene? Why? What was the point of that? This is a show meant for little kids. Why would you put a tentacle scene in there? Sure, there wasn't any sex in it, but there was still a tentacle scene. Either way, they're just some of the nitpicks that I have. I've probably got more, but I haven't bothered to write them down, so unless I go through the show again, you know. And, oh wait, here's one more. Why the hell can I only find 20 episodes of this English dub? There's like over 100 episodes of this thing. I think there's close to maybe 200 or something. Why can I only find 20 English dub? I know they're out there, but I can't find them any fucking where. all in all, I like Zatch Bell. It's not great, it's not bad. It's sitting on around the cusp of about a 5, maybe a 5.6 out of the animes I've watched. You know, it's something that you can sit down and watch, and when you're watching it, you want to watch more. You want to keep watching it. But the thing is, once you've stopped watching it, you really don't want to start watching it again. You don't want to sit down and go, oh, I think I'll watch some of Zatch Bell. No, it's not one of those animes. It's one of those animes you want to watch back to back, non-stop. It's kind of like Berserk in that way. You know, you don't really get in the mood for it, but when you're watching it, you just keep watching it because it is good. It is awesome. It is fun. Remember fun? You know, a lot of animes these days are not fun. They're just dreary, boring, or keep recycling the same crap over and over and over again. It's good to have something that is just inherently fun to watch. So in the end, I'm giving it a 5.8 and a bit of a recommendation. If you can find it, watch it.
I have studied Machiavelli, Aristotle, Gabe and Plato, yet you still equate my intellect to that of a potato. This place would fall apart without my ever watchful eye. They might tell you I'm a half-wit, it's a great big bloody lie. So don't call me a moron, I'm super astute. There is no conundrum that